Well, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on how you look at it. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday out there for being the hump day of the week. And this will be your stimulus check and your stimulus package update as of July 22nd of 2020. Hi, I'm Russ. I'll be the one trying to give you all the good news, bad news, and other news. Well, let's just start off with some good news. There has been some hopeful words from, regarding the second stimulus check from the Second Republic Senate, this number 2 Senate Republican there is. That would be from John Throne. I will tell you about that a bit later in the broadcast. Put the microphone in a good spot so you can hear me. Let's see here. I want to talk to you about the negotiations and the rift, but it's not about the rift between the Republicans and the Democrats because that's a given. They're still having rifts about because they have not revealed their McConnell's proposition for the his version of the package yet to Democrats because in a luncheon they had yesterday, things were ironed out. Well, okay, one major thing was ironed out. All the Republicans are actually in agreement to a second one-time stimulus payment, undetermined amount. But if we remember correctly, Donald Trump said weeks ago that the next stimulus check will be generous and dramatic. Well, I'm picturing Donald Trump, and I'm picturing generous and dramatic being as $1,201. His idea of the $1 would be generous, and the $1,201 would be very dramatic to people. I think it helped them out a lot. But it's actually between the Congressional Senate and the White House about the next stimulus bill. They're still not too happy about the whole the payroll tax cut. A lot of Republicans do not want the payroll tax cut inside the next stimulus check because not check stimulus package because they do not believe it'll be beneficial to the economy when all those little small time places to work at, the people are making like an extra $30 on a paycheck. They don't think that's going to be too beneficial to the working people because $30 isn't a whole lot, and it's not going to be beneficial to everybody because it's a lot of people that don't have a job. So the tax cut would not actually be beneficial in the stimulus package. It has no purpose really. Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky let's put it this way. When they had their luncheon, the Senate had their nice little luncheon. I don't know exactly how long it lasted. Let's put it this way: the Senate Republican Rand Paul from Kentucky, he basically stormed out of the room ahead of schedule and angrily told the reporters that he was disgusted that his fellow Republicans are considering adding another $1 trillion to the stimulus package or having another $1 trillion stimulus package. I'm not sure exactly which one it was. And Senator Roy Blunt from Missouri said the lunch was messy. There's about 15 other members there that wanted to get the points across, and they got their points across. And Mnuchin and Meadows also spoke with House Lead Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Lead Chuck Schumer, both are Democrats, of course. Nancy Pelosi said the Senate Republicans aren't even close to negotiations yet. I mean, that's pretty bad. You got to admit. They're talking about how they want their next stimulus package, and Mitch McConnell is one who actually drafted it up, and the Senate's not even close to talking about it with the Democrats, and the Senates are also having divisions among themselves because of the stimulus package. Because I'm guessing there's a lot of stuff that don't need to be in there that should be in there. Well, just put this way, a lot of stuff that don't need to be in there, and there's a lot of stuff that should be. And on stimulus check topic, like I said, number 2 Senate, John Throne said that yesterday it was a choice between doing the checks and a payroll tax cut. is pretty clean. The checks will have a better effect on the economy. And Thorne also said that if the premises stay the same, we can do it really quickly. Basically, he's saying that if the premises stay the same as the first stimulus checks we got, they'll be able to send them out a lot faster than they did last time. That'll be nice for some of us that are actually living that gets it, because as I think they send out $120 million to dead people that probably passed away sometime during the coronavirus, that the hospital said, oh, this is a COVID-19 case, when it was actually for natural causes. I'm sure you guys have noticed that out there too. They're saying that the COVID-19 case, death cases are rising, and most things is that their hospitals are supposedly reported to say it's COVID-19 for money purposes. But you didn't hear that from me. And let's see here. And there's actually a really cool idea about hazard pay, but it's not actually from the Senate or the House of Representatives, since basically, as you know, the HEROES Act from the House has been sitting in front of the Senate since May and hasn't been passed. And the Senate, well, let's put this way, their bill, they can't even think about just quite yet, because they're pissing their own people off. Isn't that a good thing? More delays, and more delays. But there's actually hazard pay for people in Louisiana, and it is not thanks to the Senate, and I think that it's actually thanks to the state governor, who basically made new legislation stating that the state and federal aid they receive from the CARES Act could be used to pay hazard pay to their essential employees. And also, Pennsylvania also joined that roll call as well, doing the exact same thing. So congratulations, Pennsylvania, on actually doing the whole essential workers thing and doing hazard pay. We're hoping other states will follow. We don't know yet. And Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin is the new mouth for a brand new rush vaccine. Yes, right. He's talking about getting a vaccine out within the next 4 months. And I don't know. I mean, how would you feel about basically taking a vaccine that was rushed out in 4 months, and you have no idea what effects it'll have on you because there's no clinical trials? And then what's worse, how would you like it to be mandatory that you actually have to take this vaccine to say we have to wear masks? I mean, think about it. Isn't that just bad? I mean, we're picking a mandatory vaccine. I mean, wouldn't that be about as bad as Missouri basically not remaking, but giving their parents a choice to decide whether to sign a death waiver so that the kids go back to school, or to keep the kids at school or at home? I'm not sure if the staying at home thing is actually going to be penalized or not by the state, but I mean, think about it here. You have to sign a death waiver to send your kid back to school. And basically, what the death waiver does is it says that, hey, if your kid comes to school and he gets COVID and he dies, well, we're not held liable, even if we are negligent. I don't know about you, but if they're negligent on the responsibilities, that should basically null and void the death waiver. In fact, there shouldn't even be. That's like saying, yeah, I got a death wish out there. You're on it, buddy. It doesn't work that way, you know what I mean? I mean, talking about the vaccine, though, I mean, how would you like it? If it became mandatory, I mean, would you actually have your kids injected with it? Especially since it hasn't gone through clinical trials and made sure it was human safe. I mean, think about it here. I mean, I just got done watching this TV show called The 4400 about some sort of liquid that was injected into certain people that gave them mutant powers. Okay, maybe you know what I mean. Unknown liquid that that people could take as an injection that would do something. I mean, this vaccine could be a rush vaccine, and it could basically kill us all. And again, it could be a rush vaccine and do 50-50, make some better and leave the others about the same or a little worse. I mean, I don't know yet, but I mean, would you want your kids to take a rush vaccine? Would you take a rush vaccine? If you would, or Okay, so if you would or you wouldn't, please leave a comment in the comment bar below and let me know. I'd really appreciate it. And also, as far as the Missouri death waiver thing, if you would sign a death waiver for your kid to go back to school, would you do it? Please comment in the bar below as well, and let me know if you would or you wouldn't. Because I tell you this, I wouldn't take a rush vaccine because there's no way I'm gonna put my body through that much torture in case it actually makes me a lot worse. And there's no way I would sign a death waiver to send my kids back to school because, well, I'm not stupid. Sorry to put it that way, but it's just plain and simple of it. And the new Senate bill, like I said, it hasn't even been really negotiated that much between the Senate Republicans or the Senate Democrats that much because they're sort of squabbling over crap. But the next bill basically gives no money for state or local governments for assistance, and it also gives no money for hazard pay. So basically, our Senate is telling us essential workers out there, which I am one of many, that they do not care about us, and that next time they have a crisis, that we're not. Why should we help them out if they're not going to help us out? Right? They're basically giving all the people on unemployment a $2,400 stimulus check each month. Well, the people that go out there and work, that are the essential employees, are basically the only thing they're going to be getting is hopefully they're not going to get COVID-19 and take over their families. And so, as far as that goes, they're also out on the PUA. They're not sure whether to extend it or cut it off or whatever, because as we all know, the PUA ends in on the 25th, which is Saturday. And then also oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff that ends on this month. The eviction and mortgage and foreclosure moratorium expires at the end of this month as well. So we're going to have 31 million or more Americans out on the streets facing foreclosure or eviction because this whole pandemic has left them in a bad spot. And when the PUA expires, same thing happens. We're going to have probably like 13 million Americans, if not more, which is still climbing every day, without any form of income. So our government has to get on the ball and get these things decided and make it fair for all. Don't just single out one category of people like, oh, we're going to help the unemployed. The people that are essential workers, they're going to get screwed and, stuff like that. I mean, help out everyone. Send out stimulus checks to everybody. Extend out the PUA. Provide hazard pay with back pay from January 27th to current date, not exceeding a certain amount for each essential worker. And make everyone happy. Be the people that we put in office, not these dreary old people that can't make their minds up and fight when they're at lunch. But I'll stop at that point right there. I will wish you guys a fabulous Wednesday, and I will broadcast another little message to you guys tomorrow. It might be big, but we'll see. The information goes my way. But I will broadcast another one to you guys tomorrow. Until then, have a wonderful Wednesday and an excellent night.